Guys, what's a good sign that a woman is just using you? Your issues aren't worth talking about, but she will unload all of hers on you. I had a girl tell me she only talks to a guy because he buys her food when she asks. This guy was my friend, and was very interested in her. One-sidedness. When she expects you to do things that she wouldn't do herself. Girl is using my buddy and he doesn't see it. She only reaches out to him when she's single. Nothing ever comes of it, as she will find excuse after excuse to not actually meet up. Then when she gets a new boyfriend, she ghosts him unless something goes wrong and she needs a shoulder to cry on. Guys, if she only reaches out to you when she's hurt or vulnerable. She doesn't want you, she wants sympathy and knows you'll give it to her. Edit. And to be clear, this isn't an exclusively girl thing to do. Guys can be guilty of this too. She only talks to you when she needs something. When she flirts with you all the time. And also everyone else. And asks you to come over to do complex electrical work and says she'll take you out to dinner. And you agree because you like the work and like being around her. But she brings her kids along and ignores you the entire time. Then when you're not around her, she never texts or calls and just waves at you when you pass her at work every day, making no effort to talk to you whatsoever. And when you try to talk to her, she gives you short answers like, "Yeah. Fuck you, Liz." I'm not a man, but I've known too many not so great women and have had guy friends used by women. So I think I can chime in here a little. She never wants to listen to your complaints, but that's all she does herself. She asks about your bank account and your job often and says she's just wondering. She gets unreasonably mad when you forget a holiday. She makes deals with you using her body. If you buy me this, I'll suck your dick in the car. She lies constantly about her own financial situation or personal relationships. She always wants to hang out with a specific friend of yours. She doesn't thank you for things, but rather expects them. She manipulates you by threatening to withhold sex until she gets her way. She only says, "I love you," when you give her something or do something for her. She never pays for anything herself. She guilt trips the life out of you. She is unreasonably, explosively defensive when you voice your concerns regarding the relationship. If your girls is doing any of these, find a new girl. Anytime you try opening up, you're acting off character, selfish, an ass, etc. It's usually the typical pathetic manipulation people pull to make you feel bad for either standing up for yourself or just trying to be you. There are no signs big enough what will be visible through rose-tinted glasses. She uses her emotions and body to get what she wants from you. Makes you feel like you need to spend more time, money on her with her. She doesn't understand the word no. Oh, I can answer this one. When asking you for something. Time, money, physical effort. If you say yes, she will almost always and immediately look for something else to ask you for that is related. E.g., "Can you stop and pick up those hair things for me?" I say yes. "Okay. Can you also stop by the shop next door and get me that thing I like?" This kind of things isn't a big deal on occasion. But when it's a repeating pattern, it's a red flag. She will point out how much she fucks you and how it's for you. Will treat most of your interests with disdain or indifference. Doesn't ever really care what you have to say. When you attempt to point out any inequality in the relationship, she will get extremely defensive and attack you for being selfish. And tell you you need to be more supportive, giving, a real man. She doesn't act that interested when you are interested. Flirting. Contacting her. But when you stop, Suddenly she is very interested and contacts you a lot until you act interested again. The cycle then repeats. They contact you when they need something. Unkind and unloving treatment. Blaming you for her unhappiness. At least that was my now ex-wife. Does she ever ask you how you're doing? More than superficially. Or seem interested in what's going on with your life? She never calls you by your name and you find out you're labeled free food in her phone. She's in desperate need of a lung transplant and is always complimenting you about what nice lungs you have and making offhanded comments about how you don't use your lungs much and could probably do okay without them. When it's never their fault. When you realize you are there for her more than they are for you. She acts really nice for a while, then asks for money and weed. When you say no, she turns mean lol.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.